What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Big Star Raw Sports, rawsports.tv here, man. Legends Week, man. It's this week has been crazy. Tonight we got a insane, ridiculous guest, man. My man KARON Burton. What up, T Wallace? I see you, big dog. I see you, Rich Boat Knight. I see you, Zane Charles. I see y'all, man. It's going down tonight, man. We continuing the continuing Legends Week, man. We're gonna pay homage to a young goat, man, a legend for sure. KARON Burton. Anyone that saw him, that witnessed him, he was a crowd pleaser. He was just like the voice of the people, man. Entertainment, heart of a lion, start to finish, man. Talk trash the entire game, backed it up, you know what I'm saying? He was so entertaining, man. So we're going to have my man KARON Burton on, Chester High, state champion. I remember actually watching the game against another legend, Khalif Wyatt in Norristown, up at the Bryce Jordan Center at Penn State. They had, that was a crazy game. They had Norristown down by a lot at the half. Norristown battled back, but Chester still won, man. And KARON Burton. Shout out to my man Nasir Robinson. That was that team and some others. KARON Burton has an amazing high school legacy, and he's going to get into his story, man. Let us know beyond high school, where life took him. This one right here is definitely special, man. The streets definitely wanted this one, man, because KARON, he's definitely the voice of the people, man, and everyone who watched him definitely remembers him, and he definitely left a major imprint and a lasting impression on high school basketball down in the District 1 area, and beyond, man, and around the whole state. So for myself, it's definitely going to be a treat, because I saw KARON, I didn't know him personally then, but I saw him, I saw tons of their games, and I was definitely a fan, and but I didn't really know much about his AAU legacy or any of that kind of stuff. So this is definitely going to be a treat for me, because it's a lot that I did not know. Here we go. KB the legend.
What's up, baby?
I can't complain, big dog. I'm here, man. I'm on your time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you crystal clear. We good. Yeah. Hey, the only thing is that light that's right in back of you. If you could turn, because the light's making you like it's a glare. That's perfect. That's perfect right there. Yeah. Can you hear me clear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm on your time. You just get comfortable, man. We're gonna be here for a second, man. I appreciate you joining me, man. How's everything? We good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. I've been running around all day, so it's a little hot, but I'm ready.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Hey, first off, man, KB, I just want to thank you so much for joining me here for Legends Week, man. Thanks for the opportunity and allowing Big Star to, help to solidify your legacy and pay homage to you, big dog. And two things, man. Two reasons why I really do this. I never want anybody to forget about KARON Burton. You know what I'm saying? So this is my, my gesture to the streets and to the community, just to not never let anybody forget about all that you did, all your accomplishments, man, and everything. And I definitely want to do my part as well to educate this younger generation. I want to make sure they know, everything that you was doing as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're here, and I appreciate your time.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, so we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna play a game. Join the call. It's called 10 random questions. I'm gonna just shoot 10 things at you. We're gonna get through that. Then we're gonna get into your story. All right.
All right.
So, favorite cartoon growing up?
It was different. That's
or cartoon, TV show, anything. Something you was watching as a kid.
Rugrats.
No doubt. What's the most points you ever put up in a game at any level? High school, AAU, anything?
Like, you talking?
Summer leagues, anything?
Probably 54.
About 54? Where and when was that, you think?
This was like, we played against Lincoln. It was like summer league, the high school summer tournaments at Villanova.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had 54. I seen what's their big coach? The big coach that they had.
Who's that?
Dark skin for Villanova. The real tall dark skin guy.
I'm not sure. I'm
This
drawing a
was
blank.
back when I was there, so he might not be there.
Okay.
But he was there. He was under the basket, and I seen him. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what's up.
that was one of my best games, summer league.
No doubt. Over the last, like since you've been, out of high school, whether it's over the last couple years, because I seen you at tons of games. You know what I'm saying? Still out there on the scene, checking the young boys out. Are there any players over the last few years after you were done that kind of reminded you of yourself?
I mean, I seen that when I came to watch Jig.
Uh-huh.
Like he had that same type of wave, same type of aura. I
Uh-huh.
respected his game. Like a small point guard. He was a guy that I could say we had similarities.
Got you, got you. All time, and just a couple of your favorite Clippers of all time. Your personal favorites.
I mean, I really didn't see Zane, but I know he's like, that's
The
the
guy.
guy in Chester, but
Yeah.
I didn't really get to see him, so I would have to say, Jameer, Darren Govins, Devin McClendon,
Mm-hmm.
Rondé.
Uh-huh. For sure. For sure.
It's hard. It's just Pooh Evans,
Of course. Of course. Of course.
Bam Mosby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Black
was just
Magic.
guys that I came up. My cousin, he was the one that really gave me the game and started watching him. And he was good friends with all those guys. So me coming up young, I seen all those guys and knew them like personally.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
like they was the guys that I really watched, like the Poohs and the Bams and my cousin era.
Got you. Got you. When you was coming up, in high school, summer leagues, and all that kind of stuff, who were some of the players that were a little bit, may have been a couple years ahead of you, or even your peers that you kind of looked up to and admired basketball wise?
It was again Darren Govins,
Mm-hmm.
a guy named Charlie Swiggett.
Uh-huh.
Like Charlie Swiggett was like, he was one of the guys that was, me and him was from the same neighborhood, so he was like 2-3 years older than me. And my cousin, that's his favorite player, so he
Gotcha.
always was on his summer league teams, and I had to play with him.
Yeah.
And he was one of those guys, and like Jawan Carter.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear?
Yeah, it broke up for a second, but I can hear you.
Yeah. But we come from Biddy League. It was a lot of guys that was really good. That was, you played 9s and 10s, 11s and 12s.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of the 11s and 12-year-olds that was over me was Darren Govins, Charlie Swiggett, Jawan Carter, and those guys.
Got you. What besides basketball, are there any other sports you played growing up?
A little bit of football.
Got you.
I played a little bit of football.
Got you. Did you watch wrestling growing up?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched wrestling.
Who was one of your favorite wrestlers coming up?
I like Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels?
Stone Cold, The Rock.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know those guys, but I was like Generation X bull.
Got you, for sure. All right, so think back of your class. What you was class of 2008? 2008. All right. So of your class and all the high school players in the PA area, like suburbs, Philly, all that kind of stuff. If you could have taken a team of 2008 All Stars, including yourself, up to New York or New Jersey to play, who would you have taken with you around that time?
Just anybody around the area?
Anybody from PA going out of state to play, including yourself. A 5. Take a 5.
I'm taking my 5.
No doubt. No doubt.
Because it was like I'm taking my 5 from my high school.
Uh-huh.
To go play with me. I feel like I'd be leaving them out if I didn't take them. So we was number 3 in the country. Why wouldn't I take my 5?
No doubt. No doubt. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Favorite NBA player growing up?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe? Gotcha. Last question. What's your favorite food?
Chicken.
Chicken?
Right now, I think it's pasta. And I've been heavy on the crab cakes.
I got you. Got you. That's what's up. All right, well, we're gonna get into it, man. And one of the things that I always, tell the legends, before we get started is, I really respect your voice and I respect your story. So I don't want to get in the way of you telling your story. I just want to give you the freedom to tell your story. I have questions, obviously, but I'm gonna just, give you the freedom to talk. So, just start us off, man, by just reintroducing yourself to the people and just letting us know where the Karon Burton story starts at.
I mean, the Karon Burton story, it starts in Chester, PA, at Chester Biddy League. Coming in as a 5-year-old kid, you got to be 6 to play, and I'm coming in young. I was playing with Daryl Mosley, the coach at Lincoln, women's basketball coach, and he was like 8 at the time, I guess. He was our guy, and he was putting up the points, and I started there to see him really be an all-star, and then once he left, it was my team from 6, 7, and 8.
Gotcha.
So once I was 8, it was like I was already ready.
Got you. And you grew up in Chester, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, help me to understand, kind of what it was like, for you growing up in Chester, the city of Chester.
I mean, Chester, I'm from the east side area. So, like in my neighborhood, it's just, it's high drug area and high crime. And, growing up in those environments, you that's the guys that you seeing with the girls and the money. And so in Chester, we ain't really had nobody that really made it before Jameer Nelson or, Tyreek really opened the door up after that. And, I really knew I was good, but it was like, it was far-fetched. I really didn't believe.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep, we good.
You can hear me?
Yep, I hear you. Yep.
Yeah, but, just growing up, not really seeing it and really believing it, you can tend to fall victim of, just your environment. And in my environment, it was real high drug area, big time drug dealers. And, just seeing that, you made you want money and girls and the stuff that really didn't matter at a young age.
Got you. At what point did you start to realize you were pretty good at basketball? And I guess two-part question. At what point did you realize you were pretty good? And then at what point did you realize also that you could possibly take it somewhere?
I mean, I really knew I was good at a young age. Like at 9 years old, I really knew like I was good. Every tournament we ever went to, I got MVP. If it was all tournament team, if I didn't get MVP, I made all tournament team every tournament. And we went around a lot, playing a lot of games. So I always knew I was good. And that kind of was my downfall at an early age at 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
Because once I turned 11, they didn't pick me for the All-Star team.
Okay.
Because I had moved down Delaware and I stopped really coming to practices and stuff like that. So, and I had an attitude. Like I hated to lose at an early age. I hated to lose. And
so the Karon Burton that I got a chance to know and see in high school with that attitude and everything.
This was Karon. This is Karon since
that was nothing new.
That's 9 years old. That's why everybody from Chester that once I came from American Christian, and we get into that later, but they knew that I was the guy from 9 years old that was just special. I'm smaller than everybody, but I'm trying to do the behind the back passes and I'm trying to do the no look passes, and I'm throwing alley-oops to guys like Anthony King that was 6 foot when we was 9, and he was dunking 8-foot courts and stuff like that. So we was going around beating guys like how we did in our senior year, the same way at 9 years old. Like that's why that same team that we played in Chester my senior year, we played with each other 9-year-old all-stars.
Wow. So you guys kind of,
we came up from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up.
So that was a special group.
That was a special group. And it really locked it in when Nas came back home.
Yeah.
And Tyreek was on that team too. So that's why it would have been like we always say now, like if Tyreek, we was number 3 in the country without him. So just imagine.
Like what if?
Just imagine what if Tyreek would have went there and he's number 1 player in the country. He brings so much more to the city and just
That would be crazy.
exposure and
Y'all
everything.
would have been playing on the national schedule. Y'all would have
We
been
would
like
have been
really national.
ESPN at Chester High.
Yes.
I think that would have been something special for the world to get to see that.
That would be crazy. Hey, so describe for if there's any young players watching this right now that didn't get a chance to see you in high school. Describe to them, what type of player you were, coming up in high school, like some of your strengths, things you did well, the type of player you were.
I mean, I was the type player, like I said, early on, I hated to lose. So I'm the type of player that I'm going to really be on my teammates, like really heavy. And when I watched that Jordan documentary, like that was the type of player I was. And I say like, damn, maybe I was ahead of my time. Because coaches used to look at that like I'm a head case or I'm trouble to the team when I'm just trying to get the best out of my players. When I come into the game, I know what I'm working with. So as the point guard, you got to know everybody, what their strengths is. So if you can't post up and get a bucket for me, I'm not throwing you the basketball.
No doubt.
Because I really want to win. It's
No
not
doubt.
nothing against you. If you can score 20 times straight, I'm going to give you the ball 20 times straight.
No doubt.
I don't care about that. But if you can't do it, I'm going to take the game over because I really want to win. And I think I can do that.
No doubt. I mean, tell me a little bit more about that because like what you just like being a point guard, being a floor general, it's like a mindset. And
Right.
it seemed like you like nobody taught you how to be that way. That's just the way you were inside. That's
I
how you
told
treated
you,
the
I
game.
was,
Like
since 9 years old, in Chester Bitty, we had a draft to where though they give you a tryout and then they pick the players when you move up from 8 years old. They going off your 8-year-old year, and then when you turn 9 and 10, they have a draft. And I used to go like second or third every year, so I was on a bad team. Like, so I always was on a team by myself and had to score. Like I told you, at 9 years old, I was on a team that we was losing, but I used to have 40 at 9.
Wow.
30, 35, and 38 at 9 years old.
Wow.
And, people, moms in the crowd saying, pass the ball, pass the ball. And it's at 9 to me. And I'm just like, I'm trying to win. And I'm checking my stats after the game. And I've been doing that stuff since 9. So that's why coming in high school, I was already a scorer. I was really a scoring guard first. I really used my passing during All-Star season. Okay. When we got the Nasir Robinsons and the Tyreek Evanses on the team, then I'm able to be the point guard. And that's where I was good at. I always loved to pass first. But if I got to take the game over, I know I'm a scorer too.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, so take me back to any memories you have of we're gonna kind of break it down. We're gonna talk about high school, we're gonna talk about AAU separately, all that kind of stuff. But tell me about some of any of your most memorable like summer league memories, whether it's Chester summer leagues or if you played in leagues in Philly, any summer leagues, any big games.
Yeah, I mean we had a league around my neighborhood. Like the guys from the neighborhood came up with a league that every neighborhood from the East End. They got with the guy that was running the block, and you pick a team from your neighborhood. We're going to get a team, and it was just like every hood from East End. Nobody from the West End. We had an East Side League, and it was teams. Like, people was going up Philly, drafting, like, paying for players and bringing players out and paying players. And it was one year, like the last year of that league, I brung Tyreek out. And he never, ever played summer league before. His brothers kept him away from that, And he was around. I made him play. He played, and that was just big for the town. I think that was a good memory.
Yeah. What's one of your something you'll never forget about the summer league days? Whether it was a certain game or something you did that made the crowd go crazy. Anything you remember?
I mean, I had a lot of crazy summer league games. That was really my field. That's what really made me as a player. Like, I think if the crowd wasn't there, I had bad games. Like if we played Sun Valleys and it's really not no crowd there, I really don't really get up for the game. Like I played down for real. But if it's a crowd there, I was just like a crowd player. I just fed off of that because I'm from the neighborhood. Like that's where it started at.
Yeah. Who's any tough matchups you remember or tough players you went against in the summer leagues?
Summer leagues? I mean, I remember playing Kyle Larry.
Okay.
It was Pro-Am Sports, almost at Sun Center.
Okay.
On Aston.
Yep.
And I was coming off of 2 back-to-back games. I see Ray Strickland is on here watching, so you know I can remind him. I have 43 on him. 43 on him the night before, and then we played Kyle Larry, Malik Alvin, Malik Wayne. They had the Villanova group, and you know, I came in late. The whole crowd came to the game, came over to watch my game, and it was guys like Hakeem Warwick was playing on the next court.
The crowd came to watch.
The whole crowd left that game when I got in there.
Yeah, start that over. It broke up again. It broke up
I
again.
said the whole.
Keep that going.
I said the whole crowd left that game, and you know they came over to the game, and Kyle came up to me. I always knew his brother Lonnie. Like he was always a good guy. That was my guy. So when Kyle came up to me, I knew who Kyle was. I watched him at Villanova. Like when they had their selection show, Jay Wright gave me tickets to their selection show. I was there when they had the #1 pick and all that. So I already knew his whole story and how he made it. And that was a guy like I was following after. Like, yeah, I want to go to Villanova and do what Kyle did. So when I got to play against him, he came up to me and told me, yeah, you're not going to have 10 points tonight.
Wow.
And that was before the game. Like, damn, that's Kyle Larry telling me that. So I'm like, I asked him, I said, how you know me? You know what I mean? And I had 27 that game.
Wow. I mean, what type of buckets was there? I mean, he was just showing off or what?
I mean, it was just KARON Burton buckets. Like, I got him with a good move in the corner one time, pump faked him, he jumped out of bounds. I hit the three, smacked him on his back. You know, it was just stuff that I feed off of. Like, I'm playing up to the level of competition. I'm not shying away. This Kyle Larry.
No doubt. That's what's up, man. Hey, so tell me, take me through your high school basketball experience. I heard you mention something about American Christian. I didn't know anything about American Christian. So take me through your entire high school basketball experience.
Like I said, I told you at 9s and 10s. At 11, I moved down Delaware, and I kind of got away from Chester Biddy League. So at 12, I looked up, and Tyreek was #1 player in the country. And I'm seeing him on magazines and stuff, and I'm in Delaware, and I'm looking like, damn, this the same guy. Me and him was just neck to neck. But my mom can't really get me back and forth down to Chester, so I'm not really playing AAU no more. I'm not doing none of that stuff. So I'm down Delaware, and I'm just going to the gyms that's down there, just playing a little regular stuff. And Tyreek and them had a game down there. It was a tournament. American Christian was playing in the tournament. And he told his coach, like, yeah, that's my guy right there. He's like, let him play. The coach gave me a jersey. And after that game, he gave me a scholarship.
Okay.
To American Christian. That was 9th grade.
Wow.
And, I was still 9th grade. When I got there, it was 2 senior guards that was starting in front of me. But I felt like, again, like I should be playing. If Tyreek and Nas is starting, at least I should be playing. Because I'm going off of when we was 9 and 10 years old, I was better than y'all for real, and we was neck to neck. So like, how is it that y'all starting and I'm not even playing? That was a chip on my shoulder. I felt like I wanted to go to Chester for real. Yeah. And my cousin, the guy that turned me on to basketball, is KARON Burton.
Hey KB, if you can hear me, I actually can't hear you. It's a bad connection on your end. Hey, yeah, it's a bad connection. It's a bad connection.
Let me walk up here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clear now.
Hold on, let me go over to the light.
Yep, take your time. Hey, for all the people that's watching, man, we got the legend KARON Burton, Chester High School legend, man. On telling the story, man, it's definitely going down. It's priceless hoop information, man. District 1, Chester High School state champion. Make sure you guys keep it locked, for the entire broadcast, because towards the end, we're gonna have a nice little Q&A, and let the people go back and forth and ask my man KARON some questions. So make sure y'all keep it locked, man.
You got a charger? You got a charger here?
No, I ain't got no charger. So,
Hey, what's up, bro?
right
I'm good. You know charger in here? Rich? Ain't no charger? Got my man on the phone. Look.
Yo,
what's up?
what's going? Wow, what's going on, big
What's
dog?
good with you, man?
I'm chilling. It's been a long time. I'm blessed.
Telling
How
him
you
about
doing, man?
when I got a scholarship at American Christian 9th grade. And we just talking about,
Yeah, he recorded team final for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the original. This is the original team final right here.
What's good with you, boy?
I'm blessed. I
Long
can't
time
complain.
no
Good to
see.
see you, man.
You too. You too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I ain't seen Red in years.
Yeah, man. But yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We good. You looking for a charger?
Yeah, I need to get a charger real quick so this joint won't die.
Yeah, no, take your time. We good. I'm on your time, man. We the people locked in. We got an audience. We good. Get your charger. We good. Hey, just like I said, this is the legend, Karon Burton. Check him out on Instagram. See this is part of Karon Burton's
Oh, this your charger? Let me see it real quick.
man. Classic information right here. And like I said earlier,
Yeah, I got it.
make sure y'all get your questions ready because we're gonna have a nice little Q&A, a little question answering section, little segment with Karon at the end. Let the people go back and forth and ask Karon Burton some questions. You good?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So I think the last thing that I heard, you had mentioned, I forget the name. I forget, you was talking about the American Christian situation, and that's where it started breaking up at.
Yeah, I was saying I was at a tournament in Delaware, and Tyreek seen me, and he told the coach let me play. I haven't played back.
Hey, KB. Hey, sorry to cut you off. If you can hear me, it's still it's like real. Hey, if you can hear me, I can't. I can barely hear you, but the reception, like the connection, is real bad.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you at all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and you like right there, like right where you are right now, you crystal clear.
Yeah, see, his signal crazy in his house. He don't got no service. He got all the money, but no service.
you crystal clear. You good money right now. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect right there.
All right.
All right. We good. So all right, just go back and you said you was in Delaware and you was
Yeah,
hearing
so I
about
got
Tyreek.
a scholarship after the game. I went to American Christian. I wasn't really getting in. At times. So, and then it was games that Tyreek didn't play that I played more time, and I had like buckets, and I used to be like, damn, like I need to get away from this situation seriously, like because it was just me just being competitive as like I felt like they was playing, I should have been playing, and I think if I would have stayed there, it probably would have been a different situation because he only can get one look. But
Gotcha.
in Chester it's different. Like I came up watching Chester High, and I just seen it was a different type of vibe at those games. Like they wasn't
Yeah.
just my type of atmosphere, and I wasn't playing. I felt like I can go to Chester. I seen the guys that was there, and I felt like I can go there and play right away and be a star myself.
Yeah, and see, I mean, just knowing your personality and getting to know you a little bit, like the clip joint, that atmosphere, that was your
Yeah,
atmosphere right there.
that was me because I used to come from really the neighborhood. Like I'm coming from the street, going to American Christian. It was just a different vibe. Like just me being naturally, just being myself. I wasn't fitting in at the school. Period. It was
Gotcha.
and I went to Chester High. My cousin was mad at me saying, I wasn't going to play right away. You was playing varsity with Tyreek. You should have stayed there. You're going to go on JV. I know how the system worked, and that was one of the reasons that Tyreek didn't go there, because that was the saying. But I felt like, I don't know what you talking about. This, if those guys is playing right now,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to play, and I kept that on my shoulder coming into that summer. It was Midnight Madness that summer when I came in. I played against all those guys that summer coming into that 10th grade year, and I got MVP of the game.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
So
That's
coming
crazy.
into my 10th grade year, I really was like, had a lot of confidence, because those same guys that was playing on that team, I felt like I was already better than those guys when we was coming up.
Mm-hmm. Got you. So what are some of your most besides the state championship, against Norristown? Besides that, talk about that in a second. But what are some of your like most memorable games or just memorable experiences playing for Chester? Any big games? Any highlights you remember? I'm sure it's
Yeah, I
tons.
mean, it was if you say big game, I would say that playoff game when we played Penwood.
Okay.
This was the year before they won it. They
Mm-hmm.
was getting stronger every year, and we was beating up on them all year. And then we seen them in the playoffs districts. We knew it was going to be tough, but we felt like, we was a better team than them.
Mm-hmm.
We was just coming from, playing in Florida, so we was coming back to the state like we shouldn't lose no games if we
Mm-hmm.
just did that outside the state. And they was coming to give us their best shot. I got hurt first quarter. I got kneed in my thigh.
Okay.
So I'm the coach trying to send me to the locker room, and I'm just like, no, I'm not trying to go to the locker room. Just keep bending my leg. I'm walking back and forth, and we just going down and going down. We down 12 now at the time.
Wow.
So I'm just like, man, this my senior year. You see what I'm saying? Like not right now, when a team we went through that in 10th grade. We beat Laura Marion two times that year, and then they beat us in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we lost to Shinley. It was just like, this is my year, and I felt like if we're gonna lose, I gotta still be on the court. I subbed myself back into the game. Couldn't really have no lateral quickness or nothing, so I couldn't really play defense on Tyree Johnson, who was another tough point guard.
Yeah.
So I seen that my coach sent, the backup point guard to the scores table. So when I see that, I got to shoot every shot I'm coming out. I come across half court, I shoot the first three, nothing but net. Come down, we get a stop. I come down and set the very next play. He's still at the score table. I shoot the next three, knock it down.
Oh.
This is back to back now. I told you we down 12.
Yes.
We get it. Listen, I see the coach wave him over now. Like, come on back.
Come sit down.
He goes sit down. Now now it's the heat check shot. The third one is the heat check.
Yes.
I'm coming down. This is like 2 steps over half court now. I hit the third one. This is 3 straight.
Yo, you serious?
You know what I mean? They call timeout. I go crazy. The cold crowd go crazy. I'm limping back to the stand. I'm limping back to the bench. Like, that was one of my favorite games, because it was for everything.
While you was injured too.
Right.
Oh, that's greatness right there, man. Hey, who during your high school career, what players, individual players at your position do you remember kind of locking it up with? Some real good guard matchups, you think? And some guys where you like, left like, yeah, that was a good joint right there.
Yeah, I told you it was guys like Tyree Johnson. Like, when I seen him, when Penwood picked him up, and I seen him young, like, that was his 10th grade year. That was my 11th grade year. I just came off a crazy year that he was having at the same thing, the 10th grade season, and I felt like he gonna be tough coming up after me. You see what I'm saying? It was always guys like Malik Waynes that I always respect.
I'm good. You said Malik Waynes. I heard you.
Yeah, Malik Waynes was a guy I always respected. I seen him that 10th grade year that I told you about that summer. I came to Midnight Madness with that chip on my shoulder. I watched a lot of guys, and he was one of them that when I seen him play, I'm like, yeah, he's tough. And he only I think he was 9th grade coming in that year. So it was like, and he was more, like, I just seen him doing skilled stuff. Like, I never really worked on my game for real. Okay. So it was just natural. So when I seen guys doing certain stuff, it was like, all right, I see like he's really working on his game. But
yeah,
it was just always this that I felt like nobody was better than me. And it was guys like, I seen Khalif Wyatt, that was late. when we ran into him our senior year, that he was tough. Ramon Moore gave us gas. Ramon Moore gave us gas at Temple. I think we played them at Temple. Power 99 was there.
And
Southern.
what high school was he at? Ramon Moore?
Southern with the elevator man. And
Gotcha.
it was a Power 99 game.
Gotcha.
That was another one that really gave us buckets. That's from around here. You know, the Twins always was tough. And like on the road, guys that I played against, it was I say Dash Harris.
Okay.
He went to Mount Verde that year.
Okay.
They was like number 3 in the country. We was number 6 at the time.
Gotcha.
We played them at Massachusetts Hall of Fame Classic, and it went down to the wire. We beat them by 2 or 3.
Wow.
Came down. They was beating us all game. Came down to a couple buckets. Was like tied up with like a minute left. I got a fast break and threw an alley-oop in transition. The whole crowd went crazy. That was one of my biggest games too, down in Massachusetts.
Hey, shout out to a legend. We got Gilly. We got Gilly the King on. He said we got Gilly on. He said Gilly was tough. Gilly was tough, no doubt. Hey, what somebody mentioned they said, what about the District 1 buzzer beater? I think against Lower Merion?
Oh yeah. That really that was my coming out party. I told you I just came from American Christian. I wasn't getting in the game as much. My cousin telling me I'm not going to be able to play, and by district championship I was getting comfortable as I was playing. Like I was just happy to be on the team when I first got on the team. Not gonna lie, because I told you my cousin told me I wasn't even going to play.
Gotcha.
So I was comfortable the first couple games. I'm just cool with just playing. I'm at Chester High. It's a bigger crowd. It's a bigger team. I'm not really worried about not really getting too much time because I'm playing at a high level. And by district championship, I was comfortable. Like I felt like I was the next guy. It was Darren Govers, and then it was me. And we were neck to neck, and it was tie game. I had it rolling that game. I already had 18 points. It was tie game with like 6 seconds left on the clock. Coach went to Darren, drew up a play for Darren to get the ball. And Keith Taylor, the coach that's there now, he came to me. He was an assistant at the time. He said, listen, they're going to double Darren. This is your time right here. You get the ball, go.
Gotcha.
I ran to the ball. I got it. I just never looked at pass. It's only 6 seconds left. And if I miss, we only can go to overtime. So I'm shooting it with confidence. It went in.
Got you. Hey, so tell me about that Norristown game up at the Bryce Jordan Center, the championship game.
I mean, that was, like I said, we were really just like, we felt like we were going to win that. We were going to win the game from the start of the year. We felt like, I told you, 10th grade year, we lost to Lower Merion, but we beat them twice. Then they went on and beat Shinley in the championship. So that was like a nasty taste in my mouth as a 10th grader.
Yeah.
Then 11th grade, we go to the championship with Shinley, and they beat us.
That's DeJuan Blair and them, right?
DeJuan Blair and them. They beat us the same way. So now it's like we made it for the Final Four, then we made it to the championship. Now the next year, we coming in like, look, we got to win it.
Yeah.
So we played them earlier that year at Villanova. They was undefeated. We lost one game early in the season. We beat them. So we kind of knew coming in like they really couldn't really hang in there with us. And you see, we said we're going to come out here and we want to set the tone because we don't want to even have a chance to even, because they had some good players.
Yeah.
And we set the tone early, and then it was just, that's the last game. We could have slowed it down. I could have slowed it down. I watched the tape on it and see, like, I could have slowed it down at times and really controlled the game. But I really just wanted to really just keep killing them. It was my last high school game. I wanted to get as much highlights as I can and just, you see, down the stretch when it got time to tighten up and we really needed key buckets, I made sure that we got key buckets to win the game.
And shout out to Khalif Wyatt because he put on a performance that game.
That's what I said.
He was coming for your throat.
And then because when you let him stick around like that, he's a player that he's going as he goes. He starts seeing some shots going in, he get his confidence up.
Yes.
And once he got that, now our players on our team, we're getting tight because we're trying to hold the ball and do certain stuff because now they're getting closer. Now let's keep continuing to just crush them. And that's what I think happened. He got comfortable and he definitely shot some good balls.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, tell me, about were you there when I think I seen it somewhere online that Coach Fred Pickett, rest in peace, announced that he was retiring after that game, or
Yeah.
no? Yeah, yeah. Tell me, were you there when he announced the retirement?
Yeah, we knew Fred was done. That was his last go round. And, we wanted him to go out on top.
Yeah, yeah.
That was.
Yeah, tell me what it was like, playing for the legendary Coach Fred Pickett, man.
I mean, I told you coming in, there was a lot of say-so about Fred and how the staff worked on how they might not play this guy. You might not get to play. And I told you, me coming in, that was what was going around in the town. So me coming in, I knew I had to really do something special to really make him know that I was better than guys. And we had that love-hate relationship just on, like I told you, I was the type of guy that's going to get on my teammates. If they drop a pass, I'm really mad as shit. I'm really mad, and I'm holding them accountable. Even if times I gave it to them and they didn't dunk it and they could have dunked it, I was mad. Like, dunk it. And Fred looked at it like, you've been like a cancer to the team. You've been this, you've been that. But I just think that's why we were so good, because you had a point guard as your leader, and Fred pushed me in ways, and we had a love-hate relationship. But as after high school and stuff like that, he really tried to help me. He helped me get into LaSalle, and he showed me that the stuff that people were saying about him wasn't true, because it was just different players. If you wasn't really built for Division I, then you gotta take it sometimes. It's not given, and that's what I had to do.
No doubt. What do you most miss about high school basketball?
Just like I said, like the fans. I think about what Mitch said on Paid in Full. He's just like, when you lead a game, is the fans gonna still love you? Like,
Yeah.
I used to get up for that. Like, I know I got a game tonight, the whole city coming behind me, and I'm going to really put on the show. And that's the stuff like coaches really didn't want me to do. Like, they'd tell me before the game, like, don't go out here and don't play for them. Don't. But I already know in my head, like, if I get a fast break and Ralaire's trailing me, I might throw it off the ground.
No, that's right. That's right.
Because I know what it's going to do for the city. Like, it's
That's
just going,
right.
and for the other team, that really, really just, it do something to the other team when you really just dunking and you doing stuff that they don't think you're gonna do.
Hey, curious. I don't I appreciate your transparency and everything that you're sharing, just about yourself. So let me know, like I don't know what was going on in your life, whether it was like some difficult things in your personal life going on around that time, but like what was basketball doing for you at that time in your life? Talk like
I mean, basketball.
Yeah,
basketball was just like that was my piece for real. That it was a God's gift, and I didn't really understand that until it was all over. That it was really a gift, because I seen guys that I was way better than get a shot in the NBA, or I seen guys that worked hard every day and worked on their game, but I just show up to the game and really crush them crazy. and all my friends know that I'm not working on my game. I'm in the hood with them. I'm out here, but when I play basketball, that's keeping me out of trouble, because I know that during those times I used to get in trouble in school before basketball season. Like, I never played the first 2 games of the season, because before the season start, I'm already in trouble because I'm not playing no basketball.
yeah.
But when the season starts, I'm not getting in trouble because I know I got a game.
Got you.
I got a game. So I think that was one of the things that hurt me at LaSalle, because I was just there going to school and not really playing no basketball. So, and I was close to home, so I was able to have access to going home when I get bored instead of being in the gym. It was just like I never had a year where I just had to go to school and not play basketball with everything that surrounded me. It wound up catching up to me when I went to college and not in high school, because I had so much time.
Got you. Wow. Like that's interesting. Another thing that you said that was really interesting is that, like, so you these days, all the kids got trainers, they in the gym, they doing the cone drills and this and that.
Right.
Well, it sounded like you just had it naturally.
If I ever had a cone drill or any of that, anybody that know me know I never did that stuff. Like, I was in the streets. Like, I used to shoot with my old heads. Like, my old heads they'd just make me shoot from the hash mark, and they'd lay me like $20 to $5. So every time I miss, I got to put $5 on the ground, because
No doubt.
I had money at that time. So they know, like, you got your own money, but we gonna lay you the odds, but you just shoot. And I used to leave up 3,500.
Wow.
Like stuff like that. Like that was the only practice that I got when I was in the neighborhood playing against older guys in my neighborhood, or really just shooting for money.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's interesting, man. So did you play AAU basketball?
I played senior year.
Like the 11th grade going into, or after the senior year?
Yeah, just after my senior year.
And who did you play with?
Team final. We won the nationals.
Oh, tell me about that. And who you played with and everything.
I played with team final. That was I had a couple of tournaments like Pete's Jam.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Pete's Jam. That was like I did go to that tournament. I really didn't have a good tournament. Like once again, it was just like, it was Tyreek's team. I was coming off the bench. They already had guys from New York on the team. I didn't play from 10th grade to 12th. So it was just like, I'm the guy that's, we grew up together. I'm good enough. You're going to put me on the team. But they already had a system. And I was coming in. I used to feel like, man, like, they got their system. I'm not playing. I'm not even trying to be away from the streets for real, for a whole week. I'm away from my neighborhood, my block for a whole week, and I'm not even playing. So I used to just not go to the tournaments. Like, I'm not going to a tournament for a whole week, and I'm not even getting in.
Got you.
And I told Reggie, he called me the last tournament for nationals, and he said, we need you.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, like, man, listen, Reg, I ain't going to lie to you. I said, man, I ain't trying to go if I ain't playing. He said, you started.
Wow.
I flew to the airport. We went down there to the finals. I came into that tournament knowing that I'm not coming out the game. We only had 6 players.
Okay.
So it was like
who were some of the players that was there? Who was the 6 players, including yourself?
me. We had Tyreek Evans. We had Anthony King. We had Quincy Roberts that went to Harrisburg.
Yeah.
We had Lance Goldburn. He went to where did Lance go to? It was one of those. He went to a big D1 school. He was our center. He was like 6'8", athletic. Man, we went at it. Like we won the whole thing. It was games. I had 15 points, 18 assists, like stuff like that. Like I was really able to beat KARON Burton because I know that I'm not coming out the game and I'm able to do me and not look over my shoulder. So I think that was my best tournament.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So tell me about your the college recruiting process, for yourself, and then kind of, what the next few years like kind of was like, you know what I mean? Just, tell me that story. Because after high school,
I told you like
after high school, like I lost track of you. I didn't know what happened after high school.
It went I told you like after that shot I made at Villanova district championship, Jay Wright was at the locker room. And he said to me, look, we passed up on Jameer Nelson, and we're not going to pass up on you. And me, like I told you, me coming from American Christian and just being a street kid, urban kid, just hearing everybody doubting me, saying, I just told you I was 11 and 12 years old. I'm down Delaware. I'm not even playing basketball no more. I'm watching Tyreek Evans. He's #1 player in the country. And for me to come back and hit the game winner the next year that I leave Tyreek and American Christian, and then I hit the game winner, I got Jay Wright at the locker room saying that stuff to me. That did something to me.
Yeah.
It just did something to my arrogance and just my confidence I'm a 15-year-old kid though. So I'm getting all of this fame just overnight. Like it was just overnight success for a 15-year-old kid. And I could say like it probably was too much for me at that time. I didn't really know how to handle it. So, as I'm getting recruited now, I got other schools like Miami calling me that summer. So, it's going to my head. I'm in the streets. I'm letting my homies listen to the calls like, yo, this, it's 10th grade summer. I just came from there. And then, like Fred started trying to like really let me know, like, listen, it's serious. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I still ain't understand it at that time. Like, yeah, it is. But I'm not really getting no real calls, like really like somebody I didn't feel the same thing because I told you, Tyreek, he #1 player in the country. He getting letters and he getting visits and he getting the real love. Like, and I'm seeing that. So it's like, damn, I ain't getting that, but that's what I wanted. I'm chasing that though the whole time. So that 11th grade year, I started getting like, Darren Govins left that year. So I'm getting arrogant. Like, listen, it's my time. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
just not getting in, not even playing. Now it's my time. And Fred didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just how I never forget. It was one time he said to me in the circle, he said, "Listen, Villanova not calling you right now, is they? They ain't calling you no more, is they?" And
Mm-hmm.
I just think that was from me just starting to get arrogant, and I think they started to, how that go.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell him little stuff like he this and that. He's a street kid. He's this and that. And now they shy away from me, and I looked at that like, all right. So I used to look at it like, how did all these guys going to school? They getting signed. I'm really killing these bulls. I'm going to the summer leagues, contra hockey. All these bulls that signed, they never ever beat me.
Uh-huh.
And I used to wonder why. I'm doing everything. That's why I never threw a regular pass. I needed to be special because I needed them to know that I'm different. I'm small, but I'm really different. That's why I wanted to score at times. Like, I needed to
Mm-hmm.
score 30 so they can know I can score too. Then I'm going to have games that I got 15 assists, and it's a real show because that's what I do. So when you put it all together, I'm really the total package, and I got the attitude, but I'm being overlooked because of my height and my attitude.
Mm-hmm.
But at that next level, I see it now that everybody that had those type of attitudes, they the ones that make it. They the
Uh-huh.
ones that the Deion Waiters that didn't even start for Syracuse, came off the bench, gave Boeheim the most problems. It's because this the passion. When you really want to win,
I heard you. I
you
can hear
hear
you.
me?
Yep. You said when you really want to win, pick
I
a right.
said, when you really want to win,
Yep.
you're going to get on teammates because I need you to rebound. I can't rebound. I'm a point guard. I need you to
Mm-hmm.
rebound for me because that's where we losing it. So I was just that type of player,
Got you. Got you. So after take me through like after high school. So after high school graduation, like what happens after that?
All right, high school graduation. I'm still not like I'm still getting calls. I'm getting calls from now people like I remember friend Dunphy came to the high and he was like he put the pressure on me like, listen, you want to go to Temple right now?
Wow.
Him and Fred took me in the locker room. We had practice that day. Like, listen, you want to sign the Temple right now? And at the time, we just came from City of Palms. I'm like, man, like if Temple want me right now, I think, you feel me? I just need to be patient. I ain't really trying to just rush into nothing. He wanted me to sign it right there. Like I ain't
Okay.
have my family. Like nobody was like,
Yeah.
I felt like, and I wasn't a dummy. I wasn't a 15-year-old dummy. I'm looking like, man, listen, I need time for real, for real. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not signing now. And after that, after school, I felt like I was gonna get more schools, but it wasn't really schools wasn't really clicking like it was 10th grade.
Got you.
So I had St. Bonaventures. I went on
A
a
visit.
visit to St. Bonaventures, and they showed me the love that
Mm-hmm.
the Jesus Shuttlesworth love, like
Oh snap.
Karan Burton, the
Yeah.
real Burton burgers at the restaurants, and that was stuff that they already had there. Like that was the
Yeah.
Burton burger. And then I came and they was trying to promote it with that. Like, look, we already got the Burton burger with beef.
No doubt.
But I felt like I was too good for them. I was like, man, I need to be somewhere. Like if I'm at least go to an 8-10 school, I'd rather go to Temple or LaSalle because it's Big Five basketball, and I'm gonna be in the town where I'm from.
Exactly.
Everybody already know me. I'm gonna bring the fans, the whole Chester, and that's where I made my decision at when I chose LaSalle. I went to LaSalle on a visit at the Bonaventures. And Giannini, he set me down. He said, listen, I got 2 compliments about you. He said, the first compliment is you're the only player that I would pay to watch.
Uh-huh.
He said, my second compliment is I don't want to play against you.
No doubt.
So that made me feel like I was going to start and play right away, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted somebody that if I didn't go to the big time school, I knew that Jameer did it from St. Joe's, and I was the
Uh-huh.
same type of player, and I was going to help wherever I went to recruit other players and just try to make a run for the tournament so I can make some noise.
Mm-hmm. So how did your college experience play out, and then any adversity, and then kind of just explain
Yeah,
that.
it was tough for me because once again I'm going to school, it's college, I'm there by myself. I'm really used to being in the streets, like just really that different atmosphere, and I'm at LaSalle. You know what I mean? It's majority, like it's not a lot of black people there. I'm really not getting the whole feel of even a college campus because it's a small college campus, and you know, I'm going to the games. I'm feeling like coming from Chester High, our games was more lively than their games.
Yeah.
So I'm watching these games during my time watching them, and I'm working on my game and working out. And I always used to just feel like, man, I should have went to Temple, or I should have went to, because when I went to Temple Gym, they cut the lights off and it was a bigger arena. It was stuff going on. And I felt like, once again, it was American Christian and Chester High. When I chose LaSalle, and I was just going there. I couldn't play no basketball. I didn't have no college life there, because even the girls and stuff, they different than what I'm used to. So it's just like, I'm not even trying to even hang around none of these people, because at 15, 16-year-old, I'm coming from the streets hanging around grown men. I'm in college now. I'm around people my age, but they really not on what I'm on.
Got you.
So it's like it's forcing me to go home, and you know, and I wasn't really focused on really not knowing, like, listen, you just got player of the year. Everybody's waiting for you next year to get on the court. Yeah, you sitting out this year, but you working on your game. You're going to come back next year, and it's this year that you sitting out. But, you know, I didn't have nobody in my corner. Nobody really knew the business of it or nothing. So me just being on my own as a kid, and, you know, no father figure or nothing like that. You know, I ain't have nobody really give me that push to really know what I was up against. And, you know, I ain't really understand how big I was until it was over. They put me in the paper and stuff like that, and it was like, damn, like, you really fucked up. You see what I'm saying? And that's when I really started to see it. And it was just like, damn, everybody's starting to give me the love now. Like, damn, bro, you was the best ever. You was like, damn, where was all this when I was playing? Feel me? When I was, you know what I mean? It was just like, damn, you could have, damn, bro. It was like, you know, a devastating time. And I had to really deal with that by myself, just being strong from the streets. I ain't had nobody really, like, in my corner, really, but my family just really, like, listen. And I was just a strong kid growing up. So I looked at it like, damn, all right, everybody giving up on me. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just say, you know, I went to junior college down in Kansas, my first year.
Pause before you get there. What was, like, what when you was talking about, like, you know, going back home and, you know, back and forth, like, what was the pull of the streets? You know what I'm saying?
It was heavy, because I told you, like, now I'm at school. I'm not really getting no money. I'm just going to class. I'm not even seeing the coaches. They not really giving me no love. I'm coming from player of the year. I'm at Chester. I'm that guy. I'm here. Y'all recruited me, but it felt like, all right, y'all got me here, but now y'all not paying me no mind. Like, it's like, I'm just here. Like, I felt like, damn, I should have went to prep school. I could have went to prep school and still been playing and still been getting recruited rather than signing here. You see what I'm saying? So it was just that, like, me just not being able to be around the team, and, you know, it was just hard for me. So it was only 40 minutes from Chester. I know I can just drive home and just drive back to school and go to sleep, go to class.
Yeah, got you. Hey, well, that's a good time for us to take a quick break. I forgot to tell you at the top of the hour, Instagram, they only give us hours to talk. So it's counting me down on my end, coming to an end for the first hour. So I'm gonna end this one, save it, and I'm gonna start another one in like a minute.
All right.
Or like 30 seconds. So come, you know, just do the same thing. Send me another joint. Hey, so to the people, it's a lot of y'all in here. I'm gonna start it again. So all y'all come right back. My man, you know, KB gonna continue the story. We're gonna have a nice little Q&A. Let the people ask some questions. All right. Hey, what's up, people? We back. My man KARON Burton about to rejoin us. We're gonna, you know, continue with part 2 of Legends Week, featuring KARON Burton, the Chester High School legend. So as soon as my man jump back on, it's gonna be crazy. And you know, make sure you know, you guys, you know, get your questions ready, because we're gonna have a nice little Q&A with KARON.
Hey,
Yo.
we went to break. You missed it. The GOAT came out of retirement. Just
Oh,
won
man.
600. You feel me? You got bums over here. You hear me? You got the backups over here for the high. The role players trying to test the GOAT.
Come
You hear
on
me?
now. Oh,
You
I
got the
missed
role.
it.
You got the role players trying to test the GOAT.
I missed it.
It don't work like that.
KB, tell us it's Legends Week. Tell us what happened.
I told him it's Legends Week. Tell him what week it is, bro.
It's Legends Week.
It's Legends Week, nigga. I told him he'll never get the call. He'll never get the call.
What happened? What happened, KB? What happened?
That's what you gonna get, man, when you talking to the GOAT. You hear me?
I know that's right.
You hear me?
Dang, I missed it. I missed it.
You got another challenger, right? So I'm about to knock him off for you while we doing live.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Hey,
Let's go.
Mac A, come record this, bro.
This is a Legends Week exclusive right here.
Legends Week
KB,
exclusive.
let's go.
With the bag on me, too. You hear me? I got the bag on me. Listen.
Hey, people, listen. This is the Legends Week
Record
exclusive.
that.
You watching the GOAT himself, KARON Burton, out of retirement. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, we playing a quick game to OUT. Quick game out. This shit for $200.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's Legends Week right here. Legends Week. Exclusive.
Hey, we going off the glass.
Off the glass. Let's get it.
You hear me? We going off the glass, like I said. Only the GOAT can do that type of shit. Pros. Only a pro can tell you what he gonna do and do it.
That's O.
Let's go. Let's
You
go.
don't tell me how to shoot. It's called out. You do what I do. I don't do what you do.
That's right. That's right.
Off the glass.
Hey, I never worked on my game ever. I do this shit.
Let's go. 2 in a row. 2 in a row off the glass from the 3-point line. Let's go.
Hey, he
listen.
don't got the right backspin on that shit. You hear me? He ain't got the right backspin on that shit.
Hey, if y'all watching this right now, y'all tuned into a legendary.
Hey, I gotta just let him know I'm human. You hear me? I gotta let him know I'm human. I do,
That's
man.
right. Of course. Of course.
Man,
Well, he
this
just
where
made
this
one.
is where I strive at. Yo, why you online thinking this shit?
It's Legends Week, man, with KARON Burton, man. Got the GOAT out of retirement. This for 200. Quick game of OUT for 200. 200 on the line. Can the GOAT do it? Can he do it? Like 08? Can he do it? Game. All he got to make is one more. Step back.
You know, I get cocky, man. I get arrogant. That was always my problem, you hear me?
The Legends Week exclusive. KARON Burton, quick game of OUT. My man got OU. KARON can get him out the game with one more. All I gotta do is make one more shot. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. Right after the game. Right after the game, we're gonna come back, you know, and continue with part 2 of the interview story. GOAT status. Let's go. GOAT status. I'm rocking with you. Let's go. And we're definitely gonna have a nice little Q&A at the end as well. Come on, KB. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey! He said I'm going to the corner. I'm going from where he missed that. Just to show you I'm better than him.
Game time.
Glass for the win.
Game time. Game time. Let's go. For the bread. For the bread. 200 on the line. For the bread. Game time. Game
Hey,
time.
count that shit out. Count that shit out.
Game time.
Count that shit out. I was trying to do a Legends Week interview, and they want to try to challenge the GOAT.
Shit out, nigga.
Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing
Hey,
changed. Listen, hey, KB, tell me ain't nothing changed.
ain't nothing changed.
Ain't nothing changed.
You know what I mean? We're going to give it to him like that. You hear me? We out here.
Hey, this is real. This is raw.
Huh?
It's raw sports, right? It's raw
Hey,
sports, man.
the streets still love me, man. You
You
hear me?
already know.
A lot of these guys ain't hooping no more, man. They lost the love, man. I'm still get the love. You hear me?
No doubt. Hey, if you want to, if you want to, we can continue the interview right out here. You ain't gotta go back inside.
Yeah, we can do it right here, man. We here. We live.
Yeah. Hey, so pick up right where you was at. You was telling me about the after LaSalle, the JUCO thing. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I went to Barton out Kansas.
Okay.
You know, that was different. You know, being far away from home, you know, with nobody. They did let me bring one of my homies down there. They gave him a scholarship just to bring him with me.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot for the first semester. But then, you know, he had a little case back at home. So he couldn't come back second semester. And, you know, I was there by myself. I started slipping on my grades. And I didn't qualify to go back D1 after that first year, like I really hoped to.
Okay.
And that's, again, me going to JUCO, not really understanding how big JUCO basketball is, looking down on it like I'm D1, instead of going in there with the mindset I'm going to come here to take care of everything I got to take care of, and then I'm going to go back.
Yep.
You know, I got back to, you know, just not even like just giving up for real for after that LaSalle shit. It was just like, I ain't giving up, but it's just like, I'm seeing my window close, and I'm starting to just like lose that shit for it. Like, we not winning on the team I'm playing with, but I'm leading the conference in scoring as a freshman. And you know, they had I played against Hutchinson. You know, Darius Johnson, Odom went there. And you know, so it was a tough league. That's one of the best JUCO leagues. And I just think I wanted to play for a better team because I was coming from winning at Chester High like my whole life. I was getting my numbers, but we wasn't winning, so I was having a lot of problems with my coach, and because he wanted me to be a point guard, but I felt like I needed to score more at times. But I left there and I went to Odessa.
Okay.
And coming in, we was top 10 in the country. So now I'm back to, I got the team again that I wanted to be on, winning. But once again, I hit another hurdle because I got a coach that he's different, and he's coaching old school. He's not with the flash. He's not with none of that. And he's really trying to teach me the game. And that's something that I never really learned in Chester. Like, I never learned the game of basketball at Chester. We just had a style of, we knew each other forever. We up tempo. We don't really have no plays. Like, we just getting it and going. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I went to college, I seen that, like, that I had to learn plays and I had to know where everybody was at. So that's where I started to see how the point guards was and how to really break down the game, slow it down. And then I started to see how it got easier, but it was taking me some time because I just wanted to go somewhere where I can get my numbers and get back to D1. I was just somebody going to LaSalle, had Villanova, all these schools considered to be, to me, I can go to the draft. Now I'm at JUCO and nobody even know me. You feel me? It's like, and my coach is not even, they not pushing for me. They just hit like, I need him. We're gonna use him, but we're gonna use him for that. And I'm on the tip like, man, I'm trying to get to the A.
Yeah.
Like, I really think I'm that good. Like, I just had my high school team was better than this junior college team. You see what I'm saying? But you don't respect me because y'all don't know me. I'm coming from East Coast. I'm bringing that East Coast swag down here. I'm right at the players' first day I get there because I'm trying to set my mark. And he looked at it as bullying. And, you know, we had our problems and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, LaSalle put a hold on my transcripts and stuff like that. So when it's time for me to leave Odessa, now I can't even go to no college because LaSalle's not trying to let my transcript go.
Wow.
Now they saying I owe for room and boarding and I owe for this. They not releasing my transcript. I got to pay $10,000 cash money to get my transcript.
Wow.
That's the stuff that don't nobody know. Like why Karon Burton ain't go play for a little Lincoln or is because my transcript, I never could get my transcript and my best grades was from LaSalle. So I needed those grades.
Right.
So, just dealing with that, man, it was just telling like, man, look, man, I'm really just overwhelmed with that shit. Like, man, I went from really being this, man, like looking to go to the draft, my whole family counting on me to, now I'm faced with real life decisions. And, I coming from the streets and being that young, tough kid growing up, taking care of myself, helping my family, I just had to really like, man, I got to get some money. And it was just like, man, look, man, the basketball there, but I just got wash my hands with it because I never had nobody to call me and say, look, you can go to get overseas or you could I can help you get here. It was just like, damn, if I can't go play Division II or go back to school, I can't make it nowhere. So it was just like, man, I got to do something different.
Yeah. So what? Just real quick, like you were playing basketball. I mean, basketball was all what I'm saying. That was
I
that was
told
your
you my
thing.
life because I was
Yeah.
from a kid.
So now all of a sudden that window and that door is just like you said is closing. What was
Look,
that doing to you mentally? You know what I'm saying? Being kind of locked out of the game like that.
that's my young boy right there.
Ah, the young goat. I see him. I see the young goat. what what was that doing for you to you mentally? You know what I'm saying? Seeing yourself kind of being locked out of the game like that.
I mean, it was different. It was tough. It was something that I had to really deal with because I know that I really made a lot of the decisions that put me in them situations. It wasn't like me faulting nobody really because I told you I was a grown man at 15. I had cars, money, girls, doing the shit that, you feel me, like grown men wasn't doing. So I had that mindset that I can't blame it on nobody. I'm dealing with it myself, but I'm just thinking back to everybody telling me stuff like you need to stop doing this, lock in, you can do this. But when you're a 15-year-old kid and you addicted to money, that's something that really, really a lot of kids at 15 don't even know that feeling.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and that was just basketball was helping me with that because when I'm on that court, I'm getting that same love if I got 5,000 in my pocket. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm on that court, it was just like I was best of both worlds. The streets love me because I'm doing this, and then when I'm on that court, though, it's a whole different type of love because
Yeah.
that's my passion.
So tell me kind of what transpired like after that, after that situation, like, after the window was closing and then, you're back in the neighborhood, what happened after that?
I told you, man, I just started making, just decisions going back to what I knew,
Yeah.
just going back to the streets and just trying to make fast money because I
Yeah.
felt like I didn't never want to be one of those guys that I didn't make it in basketball, but I don't got nothing else going on after that. Like I'm smart, like, and I use the streets, like the streets help me with that because that's running a business at 15 and grown men hustling for you and bringing back money on a certain day, and that's stuff that they teach you when you go to college, when you go to a business class, and that's where I was good at those areas that I couldn't even explain to the teacher how I was doing certain work. It was because I knew it from the streets. So and that's what I started to do, just convert back to those bad habits because I felt like, all right, now I ain't making it in basketball. Now I really gotta go hard at what hurt me. You feel me? The shit that hurt me. If I ain't gonna do it, it's gonna be like, damn, you just lost everything to the streets, and now you ain't like, I mean, I gotta get this money. That was my mindset,
Yeah.
not the right mindset, but just coming from that with no support, and that's just how you gonna think. Like, man, I gotta get this money because I'm used to having girls and I'm used to having that love. So I gotta keep that shit up. When like I want to still be fresh when they see me. I want to still, what I mean, if I'm a bum, then it's gonna hurt more.
Yeah.
If I'm able to do this when Big Star called me and I'm at my man crib and he a millionaire and we out here laughing and joking, you feel me? All I can do is I can help the next person that got the same story as me to know that, I did all that, but it wasn't the right decisions. I'm not sitting here praising that I was in the streets like that was the right thing to do. That was just something that I was going through. You see what I'm saying? Like I was dealing with that.
Yeah.
And that's something that, a lot of people don't know what it's like to be addicted to money, like thousands of dollars at 15 years old.
Gotcha. Hey, just when you think back over your life and your story and your journey, what do you think it would have been like if you would have had like that mentor, that father figure, or that,
Oh,
in
I
your
know,
life?
like it's a guy from around my way that was like really my father figure. Like he was one of the guys that still to this day from my neighborhood, like they call him like the GOAT. Like he still set the trend for our neighborhood on you can't wear certain stuff because he ain't let guys do it. Like, you know what I mean? So I used to think back, like, I know that when I was a kid, he used to take me to New York to Rutgers Park. And as a kid, when I was my son age, and those times going to the NBA store and buying the new authentic jerseys and shooting the three-point contest, doing that stuff. But he got the money and he ain't letting me do none of that stuff. He giving me the money. I just felt like he got murdered when I was like 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I think that if he was alive, I wouldn't have been able to be in the neighborhood running around trying to be a kingpin because I had too much respect for him and he run the whole neighborhood. So I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
And he was the old head that was going to make sure that he come from there. I seen him do it to my cousin, like really spoil him and give him all the sneaks and all that, buy the whole neighborhood team jerseys. I didn't get a piece of that when it was my time to really play. He ain't even get to see me blossom until KARON Burton.
Wow. Hey, did you ever have moments where you were sitting back and watching NBA and watching guys that you played against?
Yeah, and I couldn't watch it. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it was just times like for instance, I seen Khalif White get a shot at the Sixers. I seen Malik Waynes get a shot at the Sixers. Like, no knock to nobody. I just felt like, damn, at those times when I was in high school, I'm not even thinking about Chester High was just one place, a small place that it's a lot of people that's not even getting to see KARON Burton put on these shows that he's putting on the East Coast, that these articles is going around that they don't even know me. When I went to Nationals and I'm starting at the one, but I'm not even understanding, nigga, you at the one playing with Tyreek Evans and y'all won the whole thing. They're going to see you. Like, nigga, they know who you are.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just play basketball and it's going to happen. You got the same joint. It's just, like a Ja Morant and a Zion.
Yep.
Zion got all the publicity, but Ja Morant is the street kid from the hood, small school, but he got the flash. He got the stuff that they want to see. And when it's time to transition over to the NBA, he's the guy.
Yep.
Zion went before him, but over the time, he's going to make money and he's going to be able to be the face of something because he got the flair. He got stuff that you can't teach.
Yep.
And that's what I had over a lot of guys. Like Malik Wayne's great player, one of the toughest players I ever played against. But I just felt like if he could do it, I could do it because I felt like I could sell more tickets. And that's what the next level was about. Who could sell tickets?
Yep. Hey, I only got a couple more questions and I'll let you go. But when you think back over your life and over your journey, what have you learned from your experience?
I mean, I learned that, I got a son now, so that's why I be trying to work with him and, just make him love the game. He love it right now. So I didn't have to force it on him. Like, that was my biggest thing. I got one kid.
Yeah.
My son, I had him at 27. You see what I'm saying? So because I always wanted to have that boy first and then, be able to give him everything that I didn't have. And, that's why I keep him with me. He with me right now while I'm partying because his kid's here. And I just want him to be able to see what I ain't get to see. He loved Tyreek. You see what I'm saying? So I learned that I gotta just be able to, I ain't bitter with nothing because stuff that's out of your control is over.
Yeah.
So now I just learned that, you gotta be humble. It just humbled me in a different way, and I just look at stuff different. And I know, like I said, I'm just looking to do different things with some business stuff because I'm smart. Like I'm not just a basketball player. So that's why I'm able to still be KARON Burton to this day and just not just somebody that was playing basketball and I'm just sitting around right now,
Yeah.
So I just learned to just be humble and just know that anything can get taken away from you. You gotta work hard, and even when you got the talent, like I told you, I never worked, and I always say, damn, what if I would have really when I really worked on my game and did cone drills and that shit would have really been easy.
when you just imagine if you could go back to flashback, get in a time machine and go back to when you were like 14, 15, 16. What would you tell like right now, if you can go back and have a conversation with your 14, 15-year-old self, what would you tell yourself back then, knowing what you know now?
I mean, at 15 years old, I told you I hit the game winner at Villanova, and I had Jay Wright at my locker room. So you see what I'm saying? I would talk to that kid right there and just say, listen, kid, you know, it's your time. And, you know, you faced with a lot of stuff, but you just got to ignore that. All these bad things that's going to come your way and just believe in the process. And it's going to happen for you. Like, I can guarantee you that it's going to happen for you. All you got to do is just stick to basketball, work on your game, perfect your craft, and everything else going to work its way out.
No doubt. I appreciate that, man. Hey, one last thing.
All
Just
right,
to
bro,
let
you better
people know
get
real
down,
quick.
bro.
I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We got a lot of viewers. I'm gonna turn it over to you guys and allow you guys to go back and forth with Karan, for a few minutes, ask him some questions. So start typing y'all questions right now. And as soon as I ask my last question, it's gonna be your time. So KB, man, it's a lot of young players, I'm saying, that follow Raw Sports and everything, that have been enjoying these videos. If you can speak to them right now, man, and give them some advice about the game, about life, about anything, man, talk to the young players right now.
Man, I would just say, like I said, work hard. And even if you seeing a guy that's in front of you right now, might be a guy that's ranked #1 in the country, and you not even ranked, that don't really mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. You just got to keep working on the best you, being the best you, and just know that you believe in yourself, and that that ain't nobody better than you. Just a number that somebody made up that don't even know you. Because that's how I looked at that a lot. Like, I looked at a lot of players that was ranked and felt like I was behind.
Mm-hmm.
So that steered me away from really, really chasing it, like really knowing that, nigga, you got it. I told you I ain't get recruited until late 12th grade.
Uh-huh.
So I felt like, damn, like I'm doing all this and I'm getting, ain't no schools calling. Like, what's holding me back? I'm doing it to the best players. I'm on the best team. I never understood it. So it kind of like discouraged me from really, really believing. I always knew I was good, but I ain't really understanding how big I was until it was over.
Got you. All right, so I appreciate it, man. Hey, just want to before I turn it over to the people, man, just want to say thank you so much, man. This time has been classic. You're definitely a legend, man. And I'm just so thankful that we had this opportunity, man, to just be able to pay homage to you, man, and to let you know how much the streets love you, how much I love you, man, and just for all just for your contribution, man. Like every game, dog, you treated pretty much every game like it was the NBA Finals, like it was your last game.
Yeah.
And you
Westbrook
definitely,
style.
yeah, and you definitely gave people their money's worth every time, dog. So thank you so much, man. And besides that, I'm so proud of you.
Hey, I
As,
came up watching your DVDs though. I
oh,
told you
no
I used to
doubt.
drive to Philly from Chester. Nobody in Chester even got them DVDs. I'm bringing them to the hood. We got the girls in the crib. We watching Cheek Raw and we
Yeah,
on
you
it.
threw off for the streets. You already
That's
know.
yeah.
No doubt.
So that's
Hey,
big, man.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you as a father, as a young black father, man, doing what you're doing for your son. I'm just so proud of you, man. Like not nothing to do with basketball.
I
I'm just
told you, man, I'm thinking about doing a documentary, man, just to really give it to him, give him the visuals and give him some stuff and give him some real facts from different people from the streets, different basketball coaches, and just touch it and just know like who Karon Burton really was and what I was going through.
That's a great thing, man. It definitely has to go down. Like it has to happen. It has to happen for sure.
Definitely.
All right, hey, well, people, start asking my man some questions. Start asking Karan Burton some questions. J 15 was just talking about. He said, why Jeff Jones and Tyreke Evans didn't team up with you and Nas back in 06-07?
That's what you talking about for team final?
I guess high school maybe, because he said he's talking about, I guess
I told you
I
I'm
think
doing
he
this
was talking
lecture.
about. I think he was talking about how y'all would have been able to compete with DeJuan Blair and Shin and those guys.
Listen, we. Hey, Mackie. Yeah, like I always say, like Jeff Jones was on that 9-year-old All-Star team that I'm telling you about.
Yeah.
Jeff Jones was on that 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old All-Star team, Chester Biddy, and he got better once he left that and started going to high school and playing. And we always say that we had Jeff Jones at the 2 and Tyreek at the 3 and Russell and Raleigh and or Nas and Russ, I don't think we would. I think we would have probably been one of the best teams ever in
Dog,
Pennsylvania.
y'all would have been able to beat college teams, small college teams, dog.
Yeah, like, and it would have been something big for the city because we all from Chester,
Yes.
like born and raised. Like,
Yes.
I don't think there's no teams, no schools in the country that's all from one city that would have just beat us or had a team with those type of caliber players.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, some more questions, people. Y'all start typing some questions from my man Karan. Ray Strickland said you definitely got to work on a book as well, man. Got to write a book as well.
That's my man. Like, let's do it. Let's figure it out.
Drippy LU wants to know: do you got any advice for people who play for unsponsored AAU teams, not the big teams?
Unsponsored AAU teams?
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to grind it out. Like, I was on an unsponsored AAU team before at non. We was tagging for money, going out there just grinding. It's just a part of the grind. And then you use that to when you go to these tournaments and you got these sponsored teams, you gotta remember that they ain't put the work in that y'all put to get there.
No doubt. Gene Lett said he wishes you could have played with him up at Lincoln, man. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to come up Lincoln, man. Because at first I told you, like I said, I looked down on it. Once I left Odessa and I was trying to get in there, like Mosley was trying to get me into Lincoln. At first it was like, man, I don't even want to come back home and go to Lincoln, knowing like, but once I went up there and seen the atmosphere of the college, I felt like, damn, I can go up here. This can be Chester High all over again.
Dog, you would have been a legend at Lincoln, dog. Like, dog, listen.
But like I told you, I went up there, I tried to get in,
dog.
and coach was putting my stuff in and everything. It always came down to that LaSalle transcript.
Dog, listen, Black College, Lincoln, dog, them crowds, you would have thought you was back.
Oh yeah, I knew. My homie went there, so I was going up there, going to a couple games. I visited a couple times. I was all for
it. The Lincoln Cheney games, dog, that would have been crazy, man.
Yeah, I think I missed out on that one.
And then also, I mean, Cats, HBCU D2, Cats went to, Flip Murray.
Nah, I know. I remember Flip Murray. Yeah, Flip Murray. It was a couple guys. They even had the young boy that used to play JUCO with me. He got Player of the Year I was in Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like Pierre Jackson.
Okay.
He went to the NBA too.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's pretty much it, man. If I don't see any more questions. Any last words, any shout outs, anything else you want to say before we tune out, man?
Oh man, I'm just gonna give my city a shout out, man, for Chester.
Hold up, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Talk. Get some last words before we close out.
I mean, man, I'm just thank you, man, for reaching out for me, man, making them not forget, man. Just I'm a fan of you, and I'm just happy you're a fan of me, man.
No doubt. Well, hey, just like I said, man, God bless you, man. So glad we had this opportunity, man. And I'm gonna have this interview is gonna be here forever. I'm putting it on my website tomorrow and my YouTube channel, and I'll send you the link. And just make sure you stay in touch, man. And I wish you continued success, and hopefully, God willing, in the future I'll be filming the Baby Goat, man.
Man, let's do it, man. I told you, let's do it.
Yep. Hey, you take care. Have a good, enjoy the rest of your night and be safe. All right.
I appreciate you.
And tell Reek and everybody shout out for Big Star, man.
Yeah, I told him too. He was
Hey,
going to jump on here.
Let's get him on camera real quick. Go find him.
Let me see.
Gotta get the legend Tyreek Evans on camera real quick for a shout out, man.
He was just out here watching me put a show on. They don't get to him unless they get through me. That's how I roll.
I know that's right.
You already know. Wait, where Rick got? He went in his room. Yeah, he locked in.
He locked in.
He in his room somewhere.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, bro.
I be seeing on Instagram and stuff. He be in the gym all crazy. He getting
Yeah,
to it.
he been locked in, bro. Like he been really locked in because
Can you
you
hear me?
know. I said, yeah, this is something that like, and that's where I'm here to help him at because, like I said, I've been through it.
Yeah.
Losing everything and having to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what it was like. So I was always here talking to him, just letting him know, like, bro, I know that shit feel crazy, but bro,
Mm-hmm.
like you already did it, bro. You've been in the league for 10 years, and I said, bro, you just gotta get back to it. Don't give up on it. Just go hard because I felt like all the stuff that I told you when I went to JUCO, I felt like it was over, but it never was.
Yep.
I should have just kept working hard.
That's right. That's
But
right.
and he went back to the basics. That's what got him to the league. He worked harder than everybody.
That's right. That's right.
You know
Too
what
easy
I'm saying?
forever.
Definitely. But he back in the gym, man. He's just trying to get back and silence the haters.
I know that's right, man. Well, God willing, I get him on in the future, man. Again, thank you so much, man. You enjoy the rest of your night. God bless you, baby.
All right, bro.
Yep.